I want to talk today about an athlete that I admire, and he's been in the news a lot lately because of the World Cup. It's Messi. I know that's not the most original one, but what I admire about him, obviously his football, his very talented, perfect left foot and the power he can get off of it. We all admire that about him. I don't think he's the most creative player, so he's not actually my favorite player. But what I do admire about him is that he seems very authentic. And I would contrast this because, I've been seeing a lot online on Facebook and Instagram, some posts about Ronaldo and about Messi, and they're always debating, the fans of Ronaldo and Messi are always debating each other about who's the best, and they're kind of silly arguments. But one thing that I think is interesting about someone like Ronaldo is that, to me, it's funny because he comes off as extremely inauthentic. So it always seems like he's trying to be someone else, or he's trying to be the best. His celebration, you can see his teammates don't really like him. And if you listen to interviews with him, he comes off as very corporate and inauthentic, not real. Messi kind of just is normal. He just sounds like himself. He talks normal. He seems like a regular, normal guy. And I think people really like authenticity. And it's always strange to me that there are a lot of people who are, it's one thing to be a fan of Ronaldo's game because he's a great player as well. But it's always struck me as strange that people are a fan of his personality because it is so just inauthentic and very corporate and very just basic sports talk. And it's the same way I feel sometimes when people are a huge fan of Taylor Swift, the Swifties, because, if you like her music, okay, fine. But her personality is just very, I don't know, I'd say basic. Maybe she panders a lot to her fans. And same thing with Ronaldo. It's very confusing to me that people can be a fan of personalities that are a little bit fake, a little bit phony, inauthentic. But it's interesting too, because I think what that shows you a little bit about human nature is it's strange to have these para-social relationships with famous people, no matter who they are. But yeah, when the people are a little bit strange, I don't exactly get it. But I think it's because, sometimes people, maybe they want to be like them, or they like the energy that they project, or they like what they get from them. So if you're a fan of Ronaldo and the way that he plays football, and I've played with people who are fans of his and the style that he plays in, and they kind of play in the same style and everything, and maybe it just kind of gives them a reason to feel good about themselves, or it gives them someone to look up to, someone to copy.